was that. I'm going to be talking about that Giants game I just watched, week 2 at Dallas, that I just watched, that I suffered through. Hardcore New York Giants fan for a very long time. All right, let's talk about it. I've seen a lot of Giants games. I've seen a lot of good Giants games, and I've seen as many, maybe more, probably more, awful Giants games. That may be the worst game I've ever seen from the Giants. Now, granted, if they didn't give up that, 60-something yard, 60-ish yard touchdown at the beginning of the game, they actually probably could have won. They at least would have been tied at the end of regulation if they scored the same points that they scored. Still, though, their defense didn't look terrible. All right, I'll give them that. Didn't look good. Didn't look great. Didn't look terrible. They only held them to 2 touchdowns. One of them was just this insane play that happened. The other one was late in the game, on the field a lot. I can think of some excuses for the defense of being like, they only gained about 20 points and that touchdown and whatever. I can think of some excuses. They did a good job stopping them and giving the offense opportunities. But the offense is no excuse. That was probably the worst offensive game I've ever seen for the Giants. And I watched almost all the games last year, so I can speak from experience. The play calling was atrocious. Absolutely the worst part of this game. The Giants looked atrocious when it came to the play calling. They gave Barkley the ball way too many times, and I like Barkley. He had a lot of good plays. He avoided a lot of tackles. He did pretty decently, but they relied on him way too much. What I don't understand, I watch a lot of football. You got to have creative play calling. Bill Belichick, the Eagles are teams I think of, at least now, the current teams that have really creative play calling. The Giants, throwing the ball across the field, a 1-yard pass, just a short 2-yard, 3-yard slant to Barkley is not going to win you the game. Is not. They did not use Beckham enough, where he had he had a really good week last week, and there were plenty of opportunities, including in the end zone, where they could have thrown through to him, but they didn't. Just the schemes they were running. You gotta make the defense. You gotta make the defense be on their toes, right? And I was concerned last week, against Jacksonville, I was like, all right, it's just the Jaguars defense is really good. The Giants offense really couldn't do anything. Maybe that's just a fluke. But now against Dallas' defense, which has some good players on it, but overall is really, I don't think, that good. I'm concerned. We're looking at, wow. Now what's going through my mind, it's already week 2, and what's already going through my mind is, who are we going to draft? Like, what draft pick are we going to have between like 2 and 6? I think the Giants have some incredible weapons. Odell Beckham, obviously. I think Shepard has a lot of potential. Ingram, obviously. Barkley, they have a lot of potential. The O-line needs to get the shit fucking together. They needs to get their shit together. Eli Manning's getting smacked all over the place. He's fucking running. He got hit hard. So offensive line is a big thing. But the offense, this may be the worst offense in the league. I think the Bills, number one, the Giants, honestly, or number one worst, the worst offense. I think the Giants may have taken the cake. I really do. And not necessarily from skill. If you take their skill, on paper, I think they should be a top 15 offense. Maybe 20, but at least I think on paper, top 15 offense. But God, just the lack of creative play calling and just the schemes that they're trying to run is just awful. You got to have your defense on their toes, and they didn't. You have Barkley, the threat in Beckham. You should be running plays where the defense is like, oh, we gotta go after Beckham. Oh wait, no, we gotta go after Barkley. But they're just like, hey, we're obviously passing the ball to Barkley. Here you go. And it's just like, what can you get with that, right? You know, there's no. They did a few play action, but not enough. Not enough down like deep ball. And when they did, they actually caught a few. And just they have all these threats, but they're not doing anything with them. They're not. The routes they're running and the schemes they're doing and the plays they're calling is atrocious. And I'm wondering at this point, like, I was watching that game and I'm like, is Ben McAdoo still making the calls here? Because this is like a Ben McAdoo offense. Like, it looked terrible. It looked worse than last year. I really do think that. Because at least last year, I could have the excuse of, well, Beckham's out or this player's out. And they still maybe wouldn't score in the 20, they maybe past 30. But they had a few games where they scored like 28 or in the mid-20s, 17, 24, 10. 15 last week rather, 10. 25 points total within 2 weeks. And you have Barkley, the number 2 overall draft pick. Beckham, one of the best receivers. Eli Manning, who can be criticized, of course, critiqued, but I think at the same time he has a lot of potential. He didn't play awful this game. He didn't have too many yards thrown. I think only like 170 something, 80 something. I don't remember. Maybe even in the 200s. I actually don't even remember. But I saw it and I'm like, not awful. But his completion percentage was pretty good. I think he only had 2 incomplete passes, but all of the passes were just like short screen or short, pass to Barkley. Like Barkley, they literally. I think what it is, Barkley had that really good run last week against Jacksonville. How about we just like give him the ball and maybe he'll do one of those? It's like that's not who he is. You're going to be creative. You're going to have creative play calling, and it's not. And I'm already like thinking like, all right, who the fuck is calling these plays? Get him out of there, because the play calling is just, it's lazy, it's boring, it's flat, it's predictable. It's like it was last year. And I mean, with all the new weapons, with everyone healthy, basically, on paper, revamped offensive line and a whole new offensive mind, you would think we'd be good, right? Like, none of the coaching staff's the same, but this feels like the same team. Like, oh wow, the defense is giving the offense a lot of opportunities. Let's see what the offense does, and nothing. That's been the Giants for the past 2 years. That's been them. That's when they're healthy. That's them. Make a great stop. Hey, offense, what do you got? Oh, nothing? All right, back to the defense. It worked 2 years ago because their defense just was so incredible that they helped carry the team despite not scoring over 30, carrying the team to being 11-5. But last year it didn't work, and this year it's already not working. You're having... It's just... I don't understand how they have the... Like, maybe you could be like, well, Eli Manning. Well, yeah, but how is their defense still good and their offense is like this? Like, their defense gives them opportunities, but their offense doesn't capitalize on it. Like, you have a whole new coaching staff. It's just the Giants being the Giants, and it's frustrating. It is immensely frustrating, and I just can't understand it. And fuck, man, pisses me off. So that's my little rant on the New York Giants game that I just suffered through. I think the Giants. I never really expected them to be a playoff team wholeheartedly. I never really did. I expected them to go like 7-9 or 8-8, and it's a rebuild year. But fuck, man, at this rate they gotta fucking hope. I mean, Dallas I don't think was a tough team. They're playing the Texans next week, but I just see the Giants going like fucking. I don't know, at this point, like 5-11. I think is most likely their best situation. Like, they're just not looking good, right? They're just not. Man, they gotta get their shit together, and it's just like, didn't they do that? Like, this off season, like from last season and this season was the biggest change ever. They cut a bunch of people, drafted a bunch of people. The whole coaching staff was eliminated, GM included. And they got all these new fucking pieces, right? And on paper, I thought they were going to be a very solid offense, or at least look like they could be. Like, what happened? Like, where's the creativity? Where's the fucking offensive mind? Where's the genius offensive mind we were expecting to have? I don't think it's on Eli Manning. I think it is on the offensive line. But I think when the offensive line protected, Eli Manning had the ball and they could make a good play. It just came down to the play calling. Dallas looked at them and went, oh, a screen pass. Oh, play action. Oh, a slant. Oh, a short pass to Barkley. Oh, a handoff to Barkley. They could see everything. I don't think they had to put too much work in. And that's like what it shouldn't have been. Like, why not, like, play action? You know, Beckham does this slant, pump, hand off Barkley, run down the middle. That's a basic play. They didn't even do anything close to that. Maybe they would do a slight play action and a throw. They had no complicated plays. I know it's new offense coming together, but God, they look terrible. And I had them ranked, like, you know, in the top, like, 20 teams. I think I would put them at, like, 18. Man, I think I'm going to put them all the way down at, like, 29. Maybe even 30. They look awful. They look terrible. Get your shit together. Learn how to call plays. But I'm already done with the season. And I've been looking forward to the season for fucking months now. Like, since, like, the end of the season. This is probably my most anticipated season for the New York Giants in a very long time. Maybe ever. Like, really ever. And it's such a huge disappointment. I was looking forward to last year, too, but not even close to this year. But what a fucking disappointment. And now I gotta go root for another team. Not, like, be a fan of another team. Just, like, you know. I kind of hope the Jags win it all, but that's besides the point. Fucking Giants, get your shit together. Please. You're gonna kill me. You're gonna fucking kill me.